على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. الدرس العاشر. هذا الدرس يا إخوة, this lesson is a very important lesson. It is introducing a number of new concepts. This lesson may be considered a number of lessons all wrapped up in one. So there's a lot of revision that needs to take place after this class. And I guess a lot of note taking during the class and practice, inshallah, and also following it. One of the things being introduced in this, in Ad-Dars al-Ashir is the difference between Hindi wali. Okay. So here, for example, we have Enda. And this word Enda, I can't actually remember whether we studied it before, but it plays a role similar to that of tahta and fawqa. It means with or besides, or can also mean belonging to, or in possession of. And it has a very similar meaning to li, which we already studied in the previous classes. Now, Enda is used to speak about objects which you possess. So, for example, you could say, Enda Khalidin Kitabun. عند خالد نعم كيف هذا عند خالد كتاب. عند behaves like a harf al-jar, even though technically it's mudaf, and Khalid is mudaf ilayhi, and then kitabun, this is talking about what Khalid has with him. عند Khalid means in Khalid's possession, not necessarily that he owns it, but generally speaking, yes, you do. It can include ownership. عند خالد كتاب. Khalid has a book. Okay. And in the case of li Khalidin, you won't necessarily say li Khalidin kitabun, but you will actually speak about people. Li Khalidin akhun, for example. Li Khalidin akhun. Or li Khalidin or li Hamidin سيارة. لحامد سيارة. So quite, what am I talking about? Not سيارة, has to be a person. لحامد أختٌ, which means sister. أختٌ, he has a sister. He has a brother. Okay. When you talk about objects, you might say, for example, عند عند حامد سيارة. عند حامد سيارة. What's the difference? Who can tell me the difference between the first two sentences that I typed, these two, and the second two sentences that I typed, which are these two? Who can tell me the difference? What can you see as the most obvious difference between these two? My brother? Let's say between the first two sentences and the second two sentences. What's the difference between the two? Anybody? Is anybody with me? Am I alone? You often don't know. You just, talking to a computer screen and you imagine everyone's with you behind you listening, but ask a question and get no reaction. You realize, hang on, maybe I'm here alone. If you guys can hear me, could you kind of give me some indication? Maybe give me a number one if you can hear me. Okay. Alhamdulillah. There's the admin. Admin's listening in. Anybody else? Do we have a problem with sound? Sound, I think, something? Alright, okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay, good. You guys get my question? What is the difference between, give me some obvious differences between the first two sentences and the second two sentences. I don't know, is Yasin here, Hudayfa, Abu Aisha, Abu Abdul Rafi, are you guys here? You just logged in and went for a cup of coffee. Okay, now Muslim, tell me please. Aha, are they tiny, huh? No, it doesn't seem to be getting bigger. It doesn't seem to be getting bigger. I suppose I can type it here. I'll type it in this area. This might work if I type it in the chat box. Or maybe if I scroll in. Oh yeah, now we can scroll in and see. Can you see that, brothers? Okay, so some of the differences, one of the differences is that there is, yes, for there is sound. So there's clearly some people experiencing sound issues. Seems like it's not my side because some of you can hear me. Yes, for there is sound. So one of them, as Abu Maymun mentioned, is that the first sentence talks about book belonging to Khalid. I mean, that's like a direct translation of the sentence. I don't know why, guys. So that's like a direct translation. Let's give me the difference between the first two and the second two. The second sentence, one of the words is feminine. Okay, that's nice, fine. All right. What else can you see as the differences between these two and these two? Can't see any sentences. Allahu Akbar. I'm gonna. Okay, here you go. The other sentences. Now they're in the chat box. Here. Now you can see hopefully. عند خالد كتاب عند حامد سيارة لخالد أخ لحامد أخت. Okay, now you can see that in the chat box. and decide, I hope. Okay, brothers? My question is, what is the difference between the two? Well, let me summarize it because I've already explained. Okay, you have if when you are talking about uh, taking possession of objects, you can say عند and you can say li. But when you are talking about having a brother or having a sister or uh, how many parents do you have or how many grandparents do you have, you don't say عند, you say li. Li, for me, li, lam, ya. So the letter lam, li, which we learned earlier to be possession, it also is referred to speak about people, and as it relates to, for example, relatives. I have a brother, I have a sister, or he has a brother, he has a sister. Khalid has a brother, Khalid has a sister. So you don't say عند خالد أخ, you say لخالد أخ. Okay. Try to reduce that text box in case it's getting in the way. جيد. Another thing that we're going to pick up in this lesson is the some new vocabulary, like for example the word, get the clear color. Like for example the word al-fata. Al-fata. Al-fata means a young boy or a youth. Al-fata is a youth or a youngster, a young boy. Masculine, mudhakkar, and it means a young boy. That's the second thing that you're going to be learning in this class. In this class, my brothers, also you're going to learn a new way of mudaf and mudafun ilayhi. Okay? That is to replace a person, for example, a person's name, or replace an individual, replace the mudafun ilayhi with a pronoun. Okay? Now, for example, we might say, let me type this over here, as we have learnt, you can say kitabu. Let me type it in the chat box so you can all see it clearly, inshallah. Kitabu Khalidin Jadidun. Kitabu Khalidin Jadidun. Kitabu, this is mudaf. Khalidin, what is it? Khalidin is what? Quite clearly, Khalidin is mudafun ilayhi. Mudafun ilayhi. Okay. And Jadidun is giving us information about Khalid's book. What about Khalid's book? It's new. Aha. Okay, great. You can ask a question with mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. You can say, Aina qalamu aliyin. Aina qalamu aliyin? Question mark. Aina qalamu aliyin? where's the mudaf يا إخوة? أين المضاف وأين المضاف إليه؟ قلم is مضاف بارك الله فيك above the verb. And مضاف إليه طبعا is علي. جيد. So do we say each time أين, for example, أين قلم علي, وأين كتاب علي, وأين, what's that word for bag again, guys? الدرس الخامس I think it was, الدرس الرابع. وأين bag or briefcase. You guys remember the word? نعم. أين حقيبة علي. Okay, here you go. Now Yashin Daftar means like a copybook, notebook or copybook. أين قلم علي, وأين كتاب علي, وأين حقيبة علي. How do you feel that? Give me one word to describe that sentence, my brothers. Give me one word that you would use to describe that sentence. أين قلم علي, وأين كتاب علي, وأين حقيبة علي. Give me one word in English that you would use to describe that sentence that I just gave as an example. What would you say? The sentence is what? What would you say, brothers? The sentence is what? Just like this. Sahih. But I'm asking for like, yeah, give me one word in English that you would use to describe this sentence that I've given you. How the sentence sounds. أين قلم علي, وأين كتاب علي, وأين حقيبة علي. So Ali, for example, he's leaving the classroom, so we need to gather his things together. We say, where's Ali's pen? Where's Ali's book? Where's Ali's bag? So you don't know the word, huh? In English, Professor, no, actually, this is the word. And maybe it's tedious, maybe it's repetitive. Keep on saying his name. Where is Ali's book? Where is Ali's pen? Where is Ali's bag? Where is Ali's jacket? Do we have to keep on saying his name? Ah, thank you very much. Unnecessary, unwanted repetition of the subject. Barakallahu feek. So in this lesson, Dars al-Ashir, they are introducing pronouns. Ahsantum Muzammil, Barakallahu feek. So therefore, you do not have to keep on repeating the person's name. If you go back to that sentence that I typed, I'm typing it in the chat box because some of you apparently couldn't see it on the screen. So just to make sure everyone's able to see it, that's why I'm typing it here. Okay. أين قلم علي? And now we want, the second time we say Ali, we want to replace, we can replace his name, Ali, with the dhamir who. Okay? Who. And also after the second time we mention his name, who again. Zaid. Aina, zoom out, no problem. Nothing. Like that, is okay? Zaid. So as I wrote up there just now, Aina qalamu aliyin, wa aina kitabuhu, wa aina haqibatuhu. Now that who, which comes after kitab, and that who, which comes after haqibatun, refers to what? Or to who? That refers to Ali. It refers to Ali Nihal Ahsan. It refers to Ali. So you don't have to keep on saying his name. So that is same concept in English and I'm sure many other languages, every other language, where you don't have to keep on saying the person's name. You can refer to it with the pronoun, with something that will refer to him. And as you guys are saying, his book, his bag, and jayid. And uh, so therefore in Arabic also, when you are referring to something which is someone, singular, Ali is one, and mudhakkar, meaning masculine, Ali is masculine, not feminine. So there, meaning in gender, and therefore you can use the pronoun, or in Arabic, the damir, who, okay? Jayid. That's the second thing, or the third thing rather, that you're going to be learning in this class, okay? Or that's al-ashir rather, not necessarily this class, because this is looks like going to be go over a few classes to try to get this concept right. Now let's have a look at this over here, guys. So you can say, when you talk about somebody, you can say, excuse the handwriting because I'm writing with my mouse and trackpad. Okay, let's get rid of that. Undo, hopefully, yes. Kitabuhu. Kitabuhu. Okay, guys. Now, kitabu, this is mudaf. And who, this is the dhamir. It refers to somebody or something. Okay? His bag. Sorry, his book. Or its book. Kitabuhu. See? Now, if you want to refer to your book, all you have to do is change, all you have to do is the last, change the release, the owner. So, you write the same word, kitab, which is mudaf, and you want to refer to it as for you say, you put at the end, ka. Kitabuka. 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 Now, as you know from lesson 1, we've got used to pronouncing the sound on the last letter. Although, as you know, usually in the Quran, for example, when you're reading, you come to the end of a line, you stop and you don't pronounce that last sound. And also in speech, you don't pronounce the last sound in Arabic. But for the purpose of understanding what the last sound stands for and what it actually means, on that basis, we pronounce it. So you say kitabuka. Now, there's an option. We did type earlier, but some of the guys, for some reason, couldn't see it. That was the reason why I was typing in the chat box earlier, and now I'm writing on the actual screen. And because I'm using the trackpad, it's not very clear. I hope it's not too much of an inconvenience, Trevor. I'm glad you see. That's the objective. Jayid? Sorry, excuse my jokes. Kitabuka, your book. Kitabuhu. What's the difference, Abu Abdul Rab, between this and this, between the first one, kitabuhu, and the second one, kitabuka. What's the difference between these two? Number one and number two. No. Okay. I went over it again. I'll do it another time, inshallah. So, look, ya akhi. Kitabu Aliyin. We wrote that already in the text box earlier. Kitabu Aliyin. We changed Aliyin for who. Because we said who, this is a pronoun that refers to an individual, masculine, singular. Okay? And he's not with you. He's what you call the third person. The first person, you're the first person. When you're talking in linguistic terms, we say, I am the first person. And the person I'm talking to, this is referred to as the second person. And the person who's absent is referred to as the third person. I'm sure you guys know this already, but just to make it clear. So I'm the first person, the second person is the one that I'm speaking to, and the third person is the person who is not there. Okay? So he's not with us. So we're speaking about him. Kitabu Aliyin. This is Ali's book. Hada Kitabu Aliyin. This is Ali's book. Wahada Qalamu Aliyin. This is Ali's pen. Wahadihi Haqibatu Aliyin. And this is Ali's bag. So you can, as you know now, you can replace Qalamin and Haqibatin with Afwan. You can replace Aliyin in both of those examples with the dhamir who. You can say Hada Kitabu Aliyin wa Hada Qalamuhu wa Hadihi Haqibatuhu. So this who does it refer to? Who does who refer to? Who, WHO, does who, the ha, refer to? Refers to Ali. Jayyid. Okay. Now, when I'm speaking to the second person, I'm talking to you, obviously I can't say, is this, I'm talking to, for example, I'm talking to Khalid. I don't say to Khalid, Ya Khalidu, ahada kitabu Khalidin? أهذا قلم خالد وأهذه حقيبة خالد. Do I say that when I'm speaking to Khalid? Of course not. But you refer to him directly. In English, you would probably say, is this your book? Is this your pen? Is this your bag? So your, the meaning of your in Arabic is this cat. So in the first example, Kitabuhu, his book. In the second example, we replaced who, and we said your book, Kitabuka. We replaced the who with ka. The word kitab, as you can see, is still there. Kitabu, that's the mudaf, it's still there. Why is it mudaf? Because don't forget, it still belongs to. Mudaf means belonging to. Mudafun wa mudafun ilayhi. The possessed and the possessor. Okay? So kitabuhu, belonging, his book. Kitabuhu, his book. The book belonging to him. Kitabuka, kitabu, as you can see, is still there, it's mudaf. And because it's mudaf, it only has one dhamma. Why does it have one dhamma though it does not have alif lam? Should it have one dhamma if it doesn't have alif lam usually? No. No alif lam means two dhammas, but in this case it has one dhamma and there's no alif lam. This is a strong indication that the word is mudaf. Barakallahu feek, Hudayfa. And the damir, which is in this case ka, this is in the place of mudafun ilayhi. Mudafun ilayhi, because this is the thing which is being which is owned, which is possessed by who? By you. Your book. This belongs to you. Okay, kitabuka. Is that clear, guys? Everyone type number 1 if that's clear. Okay, Hudayfa gets it, Nihal gets it, Yasin gets it. Good, Mimun gets it, nice. Alhamdulillah. Most of the guys, Elma gets it, mashallah. Waiting for Abu Abdul Rabb to give me... nice one, alhamdulillah. But I have to say, Abu Abdul Rabb, it's very important that you get this now because we're only going to be building on it. We're only going to be building on it. Now, which part didn't you understand? I'm going to give you the mic now, Abu Abdul Rabb. Is that okay? And I want you to tell me which part you didn't get. Okay, inshallah? So, Abu Abdul Rabb, mic. Tafadhal ya Akhil Kareem. Now, tell me which part of this didn't you get, because we all have to move forward on this together. Because as we move forward, it's only going to get more and more complicated. Tafadhal Akhil, have you got the mic? Can you hear me clearly, Abu Abdul Rabb? I can't hear you, man. I can't hear you yet. So maybe your mic's not working, it seems. Tayyib, la bas. Okay. So we can't do it on the mic. Therefore, you have to tell me which part you didn't understand, so that we can go forward on that, inshallah. No problem. No problem. If you have a problem with the mic, that's fine. Just give us a quick indication of the area that you're not clear on. Kitabuka. Okay. So, Akhil Kareem. Kitabuka. Ka means your. Abu Abdul Rabb. When I talk to you, I don't say, is this Abu Abdul Rabb's book? When I'm speaking to you. I don't say in English, is this Abu Abdul Rabb's book? Or do I say, is this your book? Abu Abdul Rabb, is this your book? Which one do I say? When I'm talking to you, do I say, is this Abu Abdul Rabb's book? Or do I say, is this your book? When I'm talking to you, if I'm talking to you directly, I'm not asking about you, I'm not asking somebody else. I'm not having a conversation with Nihal and asking, is this Abu Abdul Rabb's book? And you're a third party. No, I'm asking about you directly. Oh, I think Abu Abdul is having mic issues, having connection issues, connectivity, because now he's signed in again with a third username. I think the issue, Akhi Abu Abdul Rabb, yeah, I have I suspect that you're having connectivity issues and you're hearing parts of the explanation and parts you're missing out on because of your connection coming in and out. Whereas if you were to have it all together in one place, I imagine it's going to be quite straightforward, because to be honest, it is straightforward. And this is something that I would imagine that you would have grasped. I can only imagine that because the fact that you've come in and you've gone out, you've come in, gone out, and this has caused some break in the cohesion of this lesson for you. Let's continue, inshallah, and let's see. Hopefully, you'll be able to pick up on it as it develops. Okay, nothing to worry about at all, brother. Not at all. But just in very simple terms, I want to tell you that the kaf is a pronoun, is a damir, and it refers to your book, kitabuka. Okay, now let's talk about my book. My book. when I say Nadeem's book, Nadeem, I'm talking about myself. I don't say this is Nadeem's book. When I'm talking to you guys, I don't tell you, hey everybody, look, this is Nadeem's book. You'll be like, who's Nadeem? I say, me. Exactly, Yasin, Jazakallahu khairan. So, when you are talking about yourself, you still have the same mudaf, alright, which is the object that we're talking about in this case. Happens to be our example. You know, kitabu, which is mudaf. Okay? And now, you add, at the end of it, let me change the color so it's easy and clear to see. You add, at the end of it, a ya. Alright? Ya. Now, the problem here now is, kitabu and the ya, this dhamma and this ya, they don't actually match. So you're going to end up having a tongue twister by saying kitabui. So for this reason, the Arabs, they automatically reduced that dhamma to a guess what, brothers? What did they to a kasra? Barakallah feek. They reduced it to a kasra. So therefore they say kitabi, as Yasin mentioned earlier, and kitabi means my book. So in a dars al-khamis, I think it was, you learnt هذا كتاب خالد وهذا قلم علي. Okay? Absolutely, Hudayfa. That was the norm amongst the Arabs, and the language that we have with us today, Arabic language, is the most sophisticated form, because it's gone through all the transitions, and they came to their conclusions of how they wanted to speak their language. So they wanted to choose the easiest way. So kitabui was not an option; it had to become kitabi. Okay, so as we were saying, the كتاب علي هذا كتاب علي وهذا قلم خالد. These are the obvious ones that you learn in Ad-Dars al-Khamis when you learn مضاف ومضاف إليه. And now you have changed and replaced the nouns of Ali and Khalid and Hamid to a pronoun. In this case, who refers to a singular masculine person who's masculine form, who's not present. And here you have ka, second person. And this is also, you should know, this is masculine. When you say kitabu ka, you can't say that to your sister. You're saying this to your brother, to your father, to your friend who's a male. Okay? To your teacher, male. Kitabuka, qalamuka, sayyaratuka. All you have to do is treat the first part of the combination as mudaf, and therefore it just takes one dhamma, and the damir as mudafun ilayhi. And one more example is if you are referring to the feminine, okay, kitabuhu in Ali's book. If it's, for example, Fatima's book, you say kitabu, that's your mudaf. Naam, absolutely, Abu Abdullah, ahsant. Got it now, alhamdulillah. So for the color, kitabu, and then it's a question of how you draw the ha, different ways of doing it. This is one way I'm going to show you now. Starting from the bar, you go down and up, down like this. That's your alif. So ha alif. Ha. Kitabuha. Kitabuha. I think I'll improve the writing there so that you guys don't get spoiled. Okay. So one way people do it is like this. They kind of like do it upside down 8. Kitabuha. And ha refers to second person, afwan, third person, singular, feminine. Barakallahu fik, Yasin. Third person, singular, feminine. Yes. Her book. This is her book. This one is whose book? His book. And this one, whose book? Barakallahu fik. Your book. Abu Mamun. Kitabuka. It doesn't mean my book, it means your book. Yeah, your book now. And this one, brothers, what does it mean? Kitabi. This one means my book. Ahsantum. And this one, Kitabuha. And that is the third thing that you're going to learn in this Dars al-Ashir. So the first thing that we learn, and we said that we're going to be learning in this book, in this lesson, for the difference between inda and li. For the element that's coming, inshallah, the beauty of the Madeenah series is that they break things down very, very piecemeal. And they just group things logically together. So, for example, they will just start with a few pronouns, and they will just go, for example, singular. And then later on, they will develop that into, let's say, for example, plural. But they will just do everything masculine first, and then they'll introduce feminine separately, just so that your mind can process it and build on it, inshallah, each time, and you can remember it. Otherwise, it's easy, and many books, advanced books, what they will do, when you come to the section of the pronouns, they will list 12 pronouns. They say, there you go and do what you want with that. And some people can process it, other people can't. So the good thing about this book is that it breaks things down, and inshallah, just take it piecemeal. So, inshallah, take it as it comes. Take it as it comes, and you'll, without realizing, you'll see that you've actually developed, you've actually picked it up and learned it, inshallah. Brothers, we have learned the difference between the inda Khalidin kitabun and li Khalidin akhun. He has a book, he has a brother, but you say he has a brother, you don't say inda, you say li. We also learned the word al-fata, which means young boy. And very importantly, we learned some pronouns. Dama'ir. Who, ha, ka, and the ya. Okay? This is known as ya al-mutakallim. The ya al-mutakallim, the ya of the speaker. The ya that belongs to the one who's speaking. I mean, he's the one who's talking. He's talking about himself. So he's a kitabi. I'm the one who's speaking. I'm the mutakallim. So this is called ya al-mutakallim, the ya of the speaker. Okay? Brothers, sadly, that is where we have to stop because it's time for Salah in Madeenah to Jeddah, in the city of Jeddah. And inshallah we're going to continue next time building on. We're going to have to introduce everything. We're going to be in lesson 10 for 2 or 3 weeks, if not longer, Akhi Muzammil. So yes, inshallah, we'll continue in lesson 10, building up on the different parts of it. The first thing I'm going to be doing, as I have been trying to do already, is before going into the lesson and reading the text, explain or introduce the points that they're going to be focusing this lesson on. And So it's almost like a summary at the beginning. Mention them first, and then as we read through the text, that we will identify. Oh, yeah, look, this is what we spoke about. This is what what we said. So I know that you love homework, Hudayfa. What I would say is read Ad-Dars Al-Ashir. Because we actually haven't learned anything, we haven't done any of Ad-Dars Al-Ashir at the moment, technically, just literally introduced the concepts and introduced it in my way. So all I would say to you is, for example, you could go to page 57. You guys are hungry, mashallah, to do homework. This area here, okay, exercise number 3 and exercise number 4. But again, I feel that is premature. Obviously, our lessons are few and far between, one a week and only 45 odd minutes, and so it's definitely not enough. And I'm sure you want more, but this is what we have at the moment. So working with what we have. If I ask you to do homework, you may go ahead and succeed, but then you may have some questions which are about to be answered in the next class or in the coming class anyway, inshallah. So be patient. As for everything and anything, I say read the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, read the Quran, and while you are reading, identify things that you have learned in Ad-Dars al-Awwal all the way to Ad-Dars al-Ashir. And by all means, pull those examples out and write them down and label them, and then go and check them. And then, some of you, mashallah, send me questions like, I found an example in the Quran which looks like mudaf and mudaf alayh. Is it correct? Then yes, that is correct. Another one they may ask, I say that this is not the same. If you notice, it's actually slightly different. So you can go ahead and read in the Quran and try to pick up some of the rules that you have been learning and studying over the last, lessons of Madeenah Book 1. It's very, very rich. The Book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is full of guidance, and the language which is being taught in this book, Madeenah Book 1, is the Quranic Arabic. So the language and the examples are actually from the Quran, though we don't know it. We don't realize it. So yeah, go ahead, inshallah, in the Quran and find those examples for different things, and to get the reward of reciting the Quran and then reciting it also with contemplation, seeking meaning. This is, mashallah, a great thing. To consolidate what you have learnt, seeking knowledge, and make your intention pure for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to be rewarded for that. Okay, my brothers, until next time, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, wallahu a'lam, wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.